All right, Coach, just talk about the excitement level of starting a new season in year number 5 for you here at Murray State.
Well, it really doesn't matter what year it is. The older I get, the more excited I get about the first day of practice. I think it's an opportunity for new beginnings. Your goals are the same each and every year, but there's new opportunities, new people to go on the journey with. So first day of practice is always a fun time, but it's also a time that you realize it's time to get serious about what you're doing and start the process to becoming a champion.
I know you have expectations for this program every year, but I feel like coming into this season, what you girls did last year and then the pieces that you have coming back, that the expectations outside of this program are higher than they've been in a long time. Have you gotten a sense of that, and have the girls gotten a sense of that, and how do you come into the season handling those?
Well, my expectations are always high, and I think probably the most pressure that's put on me is by me. Because I want to do as well as I can for the young ladies in our program, and I want us to strive to be the best that we can be. But I do feel like that after last season that we learned a lot about ourselves, and we kind of learned how to win. And that's not something that just happens. It's something that has to happen over time. So the expectations are high in our locker room for sure, and I definitely feel like that our fan base is excited about the possibilities of things that we can do this year.
With a lot of those pieces coming back, I think it's like 6 of your top 8 scorers are back off of this year. And how does that help you in preparing for this coming season? Does that make it easier as far as not having to implement new things and new players? I mean, obviously you have new players, but maybe not as starting with the basics, I guess.
Well, there's a lot to be said for veterans. I mean, they know how to play. They know what to expect. They've been in this conference, so they understand what it takes to win each and every night. They understand how rigorous it is to go through an entire season from preseason to the regular season and try to get to postseason. So having that leadership is second to none, because when your players can take over in the locker room and sometimes on the court, it makes it a lot easier for a coach.
Having an off season this year that seemed somewhat normal compared to what you had last year going into last year. How nice has that been, getting these players to have a normal workout routine, and especially kind of with a hunger probably from being that close to playing for an OVC championship?
Well, I think that the ability to be normal is welcomed because, you know, it just was so hard last year. I don't think people realize what it took to get through it mentally, not just physically, but mentally each and every week. So we did a lot of individual workout stuff. We didn't do a whole lot of team stuff leading up to today. We actually wanted to try to be improving individually before we came together as a team. And the season is so long, I think sometimes you over practice. So this is going to be an exciting day for our players because new uniform, new practice clothes, new shoes, really our first real practice.
You have Coach Faust on the staff this year, and obviously he's familiar with some of the girls, especially the Murray girls. What has that dynamic been like, with Macy and Lex and Burpo having both of their high school head coaches coaching them now?
It really hasn't been talked about, to be honest. I think that they understand that the level of basketball knowledge that he has, and they understand the connection that he and I have had since he took over at Murray High for me. But I think it's just a respect factor. They know that we're trying to bring the best possible coaches into our program and people that are going to help lead and guide our young women into professionals in some way, shape, or form, whether they continue to play basketball or they go into the professional world. We want to put as many good people around them as possible. So his addition to my staff, along with the other assistant coaches that we have, I just feel like it's taking us up another level.
I know it's been crazy in this conference the last couple of months with teams leaving and everything like that. For you as a coach, how is it? I know players probably talk about it too, but how different is this conference now from when you first started?
Well, it's definitely different, as far as the landscape of, especially after this year moving forward with the teams leaving, but you can't focus on that. You really, as a coach, more than anything, realize in these times that you just have to focus on each and every day, really each and every second that you're given the opportunity to prepare yourself for the season ahead. Regardless of what conference you're in, you're going to have to play games, you're going to have to perform, you're going to have to win, and you're going to have to get yourself in the postseason to give yourself an opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament. So try not to focus as much on that. We usually keep the focus inward. We're just trying to get better each and every day.
My last question for you is: I did get a bunch of video of Macy at the first home football game, just with her, putting in hours on the basketball court, and also with the extra stuff with academics and her helping out the football team. What is that like as her coach to see her putting in that much time and attention to that as well?
Well, it's just an evolution of them growing up. I mean, we have several seniors this year that are going to go on and pursue job opportunities the minute they graduate. They've already got jobs lined up. Macy wants to be an athletic trainer. She wants to stay in sports. I've tried for years to get her to coach, and she said no way. So for some reason, she's turned off to that. Maybe because she sees what I've gone through on a daily basis, but she's going to be outstanding in her field. She's had some injuries that she's had to deal with the last couple of years that really we've told her that may be God's way of putting you in a position to understand what it feels like from the athlete's point of view when you're dealing with those kids. Everything happens for a reason. We believe that. But to see her go out and help with the football team, I know she spent some time with the soccer team, but just to see them grow up and get prepared for the real world, makes you proud because it's got to be more than basketball. So as successful as she's been on the court, I know she'll be just as successful off the court.